just wait for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I want to actually Sairam children. Others are joining in. You can write Sairam in the chat box. Yeah, yeah. So today, I hope you remember that we have the test of first and second chapter, the Google test. There are few instructions which I would like to give once everyone come. And if you do any cheating, it will harm only you. Remember that. Yes, I can see all the Sairams. Sairam Srishti, Sairam Ravisha, Ansh, Rishabh, Sairam. Yes. Today I will see the watch and I will give time, okay, for the Google test. First of all, please don't do any cheating. Be fair enough because sooner or later this lockdown will get over. And then you will only face problem if you do cheating. And next year you will be uh, in 10th. So it's better that we have to be true to our own self. अपने खुद से सच बोलो और जितना आता है उतना करो ठीक है there are another 2-3 minutes before the test is going to begin, so you can revise if you want in those 2-3 minutes. And also, along with that, listen to the instructions. Answers, be very careful with the punctuation. Punctuation means capital and small. Caps lock करके सारा capital में मत type करना. Okay, and this time the marking will be strict. Okay, especially this is for Domini. ओके फिर आप कहोगे मैंने तो ऐसे ही किया था, आप रुस जाते हो बार बार. ठीक है, तो बी वेरी केयरफुल वाइल टाइपिंग वेयर देयर इज अ फुल स्टॉप, वेयर देयर इजंट, and only one attempt. Remember, only one attempt. So I think we should begin the test. So ready with the test? All the best. It is almost 3:05, and I'm giving you 5 minutes. So exactly at 3:10 around, 3:09 rather, I'll be closing it. Yes, this is the form. I have sent it in the chat box. You can check. And once you have done, very carefully go through it and then submit. And you can write done in the chat box after that. So your time begins now. Rishabh, then I think you should. Huh, you can talk to one of the children, either Pushkar or Mahesh. Sorry, Harish. Okay, but after 5 minutes, let them complete the test first. Some children even copy the link in the browser and then open it. You can try that, Rishabh. Because only certain people are having the problem. Others are able to give the test. One minute left. Anyone done? It's time.
Yes, ma'am.
No one wrote
Yes,
done in the
ma'am.
chat box. I was waiting. I was looking at the chat box actually. Okay, Romisha done. Pushkar done. Arjav done.
Ma'am, I am also done, but I am not able to write in the chat box.
Okay. There's some problem in your
Network issue.
system. Okay, okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am. It's saying fail to send. Tap to resend or delete.
Okay, Harish also done. Kinjal done. Srishti done. The others quickly so that I can then share the answers also and your marks. बी ए स्पोर्ट कम आए इसके लिए आप नो वन इज गोइंग टू टीज यू ओवर हियर Damini done. Archie. Aditi Sahu done. Ansh. Ayushi. Dhruv. Ekta. Karthik. Kinjal Sahu. Prakhar Srivastav, where are you? Riya. Rishabh. Sonia. Sanjay. These people have done. Damini, are you there? Unmute yourself and talk.
Yes,
Navya.
ma'am.
हाँ, done, beta,
Yes,
Damini.
ma'am.
Okay, good. You
Ma'am,
people didn't
only
write
one question is
done
left.
in the chat. Huh? What are you saying, Damini?
Ma'am, one question is left.
Okay. But हाँ, टाइम तो बहुत 2 मिनट ऊपर हो गया. What about Ayushi, अंश, आर्ची? आर्ची की आवाज नहीं आई या डन ने लिखा?
Ma'am, ma'am, as I signed from another ID, it is not. It is.
Not accepting. Okay, let's see.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm sharing the answers. Responses. I got only 8 responses. There are 22 children in the class, only 8 of them gave this test. That's very bad. Eleven responses. Okay, now it's 11. Good. Another 1 minute and then show the answer. Quick, quick, if one or two are left. Navya, have you given?
Ma'am, ma'am,
Huh?
मैम इसमें इन द सेकंड क्वेश्चन उसमें बोला है कि वो जो बच्चा था उसको वो उसके माउथ से क्या स्किप हो रहा था, तो मैंने उसमें लिखा आई वांट माय मदर एंड आई वांट माय फादर.
यस
तो
मैम.
वो उसमें रॉन्ग बता
इसमें
रहा
मैंने
है.
सेम लिखा था.
यस मैम,
Wait,
यस मैम, रॉन्ग बता
okay.
रहा है.
We'll see the answer.
बता रहा है.
We'll see the answers. First, you want me the individual one? Harish got 16 out of 20. Okay. Has lost only escaped were. Flute seller was there.
No ma'am.
That's why this is wrong. That's why it's wrong. Yeah, this is right. Okay, good job. Now this is of the second chapter. Yes, Saharanpur. Full and twisted. Well done. Great. Okay. Next is Arjav. I hope Arjav is given only once. हाँ बेटा अर्जव देखो आपका आंसर वैसे सही है. इफ यू सी केयरफुली, आई टोल्ड यू ना, यूर इन 9th स्टैंडर्ड नाउ. ये सिर्फ अर्जव के लिए नहीं मैं कह रही, बाकियों के लिए भी कह रही हूँ. यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. लास्ट टाइम आई टोल्ड यू इट्स द फर्स्ट टाइम, तो मैंने अलाउ कर दूंगी आपको थोड़ा बहुत गलत, बट हियर यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. Like if I'm writing Veenu Gulaty, V will be capital, G will be capital. Other the rest alphabets will be small. तो यहाँ पर अगर आपने ऐसे लिखा है राज आनंद, तो आर कैपिटल होएगा, ए कैपिटल. अब वो कंप्यूटर तो सही आंसर ही लेगा ना. ठीक है, एक मैंने फुल स्टॉप के साथ फीड किया था, एक विदाउट फुल स्टॉप. सो ये होता है सिली मिस्टेक. आपका आंसर सही है, आपको यहाँ 2 मार्क्स मिलने चाहिए थे, बट केयरलेसनेस की वजह से आपने ये कर दिया. तो थोड़ा सा अगली बार हम ध्यान रखेंगे कि हम इसको भी कैपिटल करेंगे. ओके बेटा अर्जव?
यस मैम.
बट ऐसे ही सीखेंगे ना हम. यस, दिस एंड दिस इज राइट. दिस इज एक्चुअली स्विल. स्विल होता है ऐसे बहुत जोर जोर से गोल गोल घूमना. रस्किन बॉन्ड अगेन. सी ये वाले भी देखो, तुम्हें और 2 मार्क्स मिल जाते, तुमने बी कैपिटल नहीं लगाया. ओके. रेलवे स्टेशन. आई वांटेड द नेम ऑफ द प्लेस. Okay. That day I explained, na, animal with 4 legs is what? This is Kinjal, 8 marks. Maybe some, obviously, ये आपने ध्यान से किया नहीं. Good, good. Proto is अच्छा, he wrote baby. Okay, and we had feeded only monkey. See, different types of I had done. इतना ज़्यादा लेना पड़ता है ताकि कंप्यूटर सबको सही कर दे. अ मंकी 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 फुल स्टॉप के साथ मंकी, ए मंकी विद फुल स्टॉप. सोचो इतनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती, बट बेबी मंकी नहीं लिखा था हमने. एनीवे, अंश. Yeah, so you didn't write the answer. Okay, let me show you the spreadsheet. So these are the answers. Okay, well, it's getting better. Thank God इस time एक ही बार सबने attempt किया था. These are your answers. Fine. It's only mother and father, na? Who got the highest marks?
Ma'am, me.
Uh, this is Rumisha. Rumisha got 18. Great. वो उसकी भी silly mistake से गया था हरीश का.
I want my father or I want my mother में गलती हो गई.
हाँ. There were only 2 dashes, na?
Yes, ma'am.
The only words that escaped. Okay. Fine. Actually, this is also right. What you wrote also is right. We can give you 20 marks over here. Those who have written this answer, you can add 2 marks to your account. Okay. Yes, Archie, what are you saying?
Ma'am, if we have written mother and father, then it is correct or not?
And is already given, na beta. See, and is already given. So you have to write.
and कारण नहीं गलत हो गया.
हाँ, तो वो तो बेटा आपने ये ध्यान से and नहीं देखा. ठीक है, and is already given. Good, good. Very nice. Next is whom? Pushkar again, 16. Good. Here, actually, this question I should have anyway, I didn't know what to put. Actually, I look for those questions which have one-word answers. नहीं तो फिर वो वन लाइन वाले आंसर्स देने पड़ेंगे, उसमें तो फिर पॉसिबल ही नहीं है मेरे लिए आंसर फीड करना. समझ रहे हो? बिकॉज इंग्लिश इज सच ए लैंग्वेज दैट यू कैन टर्न द वर्ड्स एंड राइट. तो वो इसीलिए आई मेक क्वेश्चंस व्हिच हैव ओनली वन वर्ड आंसर्स एंड ऑप्शनल वंस लाइक these ones. Because word meanings also, if I just write what is the meaning of this and तुम अपने words में लिखो, तो वो कितने लोगों के कितने दिमाग में कैसे आंसर्स हैं, I can't predict ना. So I do it in the optional way, so that the computer can take. Anyway, very good. Srishti 12, good. Okay. Aditi. हाँ, इसमें अच्छा मैंने बोला था ना, don't use all caps lock, मतलब this one. Anyway, so you can give 2 marks over here because this is also the right answer. Next time, remember only the first letter will be capital. Okay. So this it is. We have Domini, good. Then you have Kinjal. आप देखो आपका नॉर्मल है ऐसे टाइप करना, मतलब के स्मॉल और एस स्मॉल, तो फिर ऑब्वियसली आंसर में भी तो आप ऐसे ही लिखोगे ना. Okay, so let me come back. Okay, I hope you liked it. So next time when we complete the fifth chapter, we'll have a test of fourth and fifth also. Okay. So now I'll share this Data Edge. Yes, what we were on this one. Ramisha, do you remember
No, ma'am.
which video were we doing? Anyone? Harish or Pushkar? Harish or Pushkar, do you know which one we were doing? Negative forms, no? We were supposed to do last video. So probably it is this one. You're not audible, bitter. I think it was this
How
one.
are these sentences
Yes,
different
ma'am.
from
Yes, ma'am. A little bit.
the simple present tense or the simple past tense denotes an action that happened in the past. For example, I slept through the entire movie.
1 second.
The simple present tense or the simple present tense to state fact. Let's look at how the interrogative form of observe
This one.
is, am, and are, which are the present form.
This one.
Observe how the negative form of the verb is formed in the simple present tense. When the subject is I, you, or plural, the words do not are added to the main verb. For example, they do not own this house. You do not watch cartoons. I do not sing very well. When the subject is singular, the words does not are added to the main verb. For example, she does not eat unhealthy food. Let's look at how the interrogative form of a verb is framed in the simple present tense. To ask a question in the simple present tense, the words do or does are added before the subject, followed by the base form of the verb. Do is used with I, you, and plural subjects. For example, do they practice yoga every morning? Do you know French? Does is used with singular subjects. For example, does this calculator work on solar power? To state facts or general truths, we mostly use the simple present tense. For example, the sun rises in the east. Paris is the capital of France. The simple present tense is also used to express habitual actions, generalizations, and events that take place repeatedly. For example, she jogs every morning. He plays the violin very well. We bake a cake at home every Christmas. The simple present tense also denotes events that will take place in the near future. For example, the bus leaves tomorrow at 9 a.m. The cookery class begins this evening. The simple past tense denotes an action that happened in the past. For example, I slept through the entire movie. He laughed throughout the program. She donated her blood to an accident victim. They completed the project on time. Observe how the negative form of the verb is framed in the simple past tense. We add did not before the verb for both singular and plural subjects. For example, I did not visit my dentist last evening. He did not receive my greeting card. They did not carry the picnic basket with them. Note that in the negative form of the simple past tense, the main verb is always used in the present tense. The past tense of the verbs is never used along with the auxiliary verb did. So, it will be incorrect to say, he did not wash his car yesterday. We must say, he did not wash his car yesterday. To form the interrogative form of the simple past tense, the auxiliary verb did is added before the subject, followed by the base form of the verb. For example, did you complete your homework? Did they inform you that I was not coming to school today? Note that both the verbs complete and inform are in the present tense. The past tense is also used to denote habits of the past. For example, we often climbed up that tree during our childhood years. I always walked through this park in the evenings. The simple future tense denotes an action that will take place in the future. For example, I shall write a letter to the manager of this company. She will return to college after the monsoons. He will finish his project by next Monday. We will come back home tomorrow. They will visit. I will or we will. Shall is more formal and is considered outdated in many contexts. Observe how the negative form of the verbs in the simple future tense is formed. For example, I will not write the assignment this evening. She will not participate in the debate competition. They will not reach the venue on time. Observe how yes or no questions are formed in the simple future tense. For example, shall we visit the doctor today? Will you buy me a guitar? Observe how questions starting with where, when, what, and why are formed in the simple future tense. For example, where shall we deposit the money? When will the plane arrive? The simple future tense is used to express expected future events. For example, Simla will be extremely cold in December. The elections will be held next year. The simple future tense also denotes cause and effect scenarios. For example, if you do not mend your ways, you will fall into trouble. If I don't get all the ingredients, I will not make the pudding. Let us quickly summarize the main points. The simple present tense denotes an action in the present time. The simple past tense denotes an action that happened in the past. The simple future tense denotes an action that will take place in the future.
Okay, so this is done. It already done this all this exercise, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This also is done. This is done? Yes, Harish has done. Okay, this is also done. So this is done. So we have done with the first one. The second one, continuous one. One second.
Look at this sentence. Here, the action performed is singing. So, singing is the verb in this sentence. Now, in the second sentence, the action is applaud, and so it is the verb. But what does the crowd applaud? He is singing. So, in this sentence, singing functions as a noun. When an action word ends in ing and functions as a noun in a sentence, it is called a gerund. Let's learn more about gerunds. Let's look at the rules for using gerunds. A gerund is the ing form of a verb that is used as a noun. All gerunds end in ing. For example, in this sentence, walking is a gerund, formed by adding ing to the verb walk. A gerund must function as a noun in a sentence. To identify a gerund, we need to ask the question what to the verb is. Not all words that end with ing are gerunds. For instance, in the second sentence, the word walking functions as a verb. Note that gerunds work as nouns and not as adjectives. In this sentence, for instance, dancing is a gerund because it is used as a noun. In the second sentence, however, dancing is used as an adjective because it qualifies the noun lessons. So, dancing here is not a gerund. Here are a few examples of gerunds.
Srishti, can you read these three sentences? Srishti?
May I
Aishi?
read?
Yes, Peter.
Teaching requires great patience. Drinking lots of water is a good habit. My hobby is swimming.
So here, if you see, all these three are behaving like nouns.
You can also use a gerund at the start of a phrase. A phrase that begins with a gerund is usually referred to as a gerund phrase. For instance, in this sentence, the gerund phrase answers the question, what made Rita feel responsible? Similarly, in this sentence, the gerund phrase begins with the gerund reading. Let's take a look at a few more examples of gerund phrases.
Yes, anyone else who would like to try these three sentences? Archie, Domini?
Ma'am, shall I?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Peter. Harish, let her tell. Read these three.
Knitting sweaters. Knitting sweaters is her favorite pastime. Jack and John like collecting shells of different colors. The children enjoyed building sand castles.
Thank you, Domini.
You can use a gerund as the subject, object, or complement of a sentence. In this sentence, the gerund is the subject because it tells you what the sentence is about. Whereas, in this sentence, the gerund is the object. Sometimes a gerund may follow a preposition. Here, the gerund is used as an object of the preposition. You can use a gerund as the complement of a verb. For instance, in this sentence, the gerund reading is the complement of the verb. In such cases, the gerund is usually placed just after the verb. Here are a few examples of gerund phrases used as a subject, an object, and a complement.
Yes, Harish, you can read this.
Keeping the city clean is the responsibility of every citizen. We like watching the sunset. My least favorite activity is cleaning window.
Okay, my least favorite activity.
A gerund can be preceded by a possessive. For example, in this sentence, the gerund is used after the possessive form of a proper noun. Here too, the gerund is used after a possessive pronoun. Let's look at a few more examples of gerunds used with possessive forms of proper nouns or possessive pronouns.
Ansh, are you there? If you're there, unmute yourself and read these three sentences. Arjav? Any other boy?
Ma'am, may I read?
Yes, beta. What's your name? Rishabh?
I'm
Yes,
Rishabh.
yes, beta.
Neha acting got her the lead role in the play. Her singing has made her popular in school. His painting has given him great fame.
Good, Rishabh. Thank you.
Let's see how Arjun uses gerunds when describing his hobby.
Cooking is my hobby. I like reading books on cookery.
Ma'am, what
I
is
try my
cookery?
hand on Sundays.
One second.
I try my hand at cooking on Sundays.
What did you ask, beta? Cookery.
Ma'am, what is cookery?
Cookery is the cookery
Yes,
shows
ma'am.
you have. Cookery shows means जो cooking से deal करते हैं. So you use the word cookery. Cook है ना उसमें cookery. Cooking is obviously the verb form or this one noun form, but cookery is the, what do you call? The thing itself is deals with cooking. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Preparing a variety of desserts is my specialty.
Actually, it is the practice of cooking is called cookery, and it's a noun. The practice or the skill of cooking dishes is called cookery.
Everyone loves my baking. I bake delicious cakes.
Here it is preceded by my, and my itself shows a possessiveness.
Baking a cake involves a lot of hard work. I don't mind it. But I don't like washing the dishes.
It's the usual thing. Everyone less like cooking and leaving the dishes. उसी में तो main काम होता है.
Being a professional chef is something I dream of.
So this is done. Next time, na, please remind me that I should not cut the data edge. I didn't log out now. My name will not be registered. Anyway, so this was it. Next week we'll continue from here. Okay. And Sairam and goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Sarah ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sairam.
Sarah ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Sarah
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sairam. Yes, Sairam. Now we are done.